My nose is all red from blowing it. How's everybody doing? What a beautiful spring day, isn't it? A beautiful spring day. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Take a deep breath of golden white light. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I am so blessed with the increased energies. So much purging over the last couple of days with this beautiful third eye activation. Very powerful. Third eye activations are always very powerful. So just make sure as you're going up and you're going all through these multidimensional new experiences that you're also grounding. So the higher in the chakras that you're going, you also have to ground as well. So just be sure that you're doing that. Grounding is so important as you're going through all of your ascension symptoms and you're going through your increasing of multidimensionality and seeing visions and going into all of those beautiful multidimensional strange and odd things that are now going to be popping in our eyesights. I saw this really cool experience. I've had a few shows where I've talked about visions because my gifts run in many different ways. I'm an audible, so I hear the voice of Father, and then I'm also given visions, and I'm also given imprints. So it depends on what I'm being given as a download and how I see things. But this morning, I was just sitting looking at the beautiful, calm morning and the beautiful, clear sky. This is really early. And I was looking up at the sky and I felt this beautiful circular light ship. It was like a disc, a saucer. And it just had come shooting out of the cosmos, and it just landed, hovered about 100 feet, from me. And it was just hovering, and it was hovering, looking at me. And it's just hovering there. And I knew it was my family preparing me for first contact. But in some of those situations that you can't, it wasn't a vision where I actually saw the light ship or the beings inside. It was just I knew it. Well, I did see it. It was just I call those. They're kind of like multi-dimensional visions, where they're not a vision in your third eye. It's what it actually is. It's a future timeline. And so where you're kind of seeing it take place as if it's in your now reality, but it's in a future timeline. So I've seen myself in the very near future, seeing that light ship just pop out of the sky and then just kind of hover there. And then it would just leave. So it was just slowly getting me used to seeing it up close, right? As opposed to, maybe 1,000 meters away. So these things are going to start happening when you have your third eye activations. How you see visions, how you understand visions is going to be different. There's many different types of visionaries. There's many types of seers. It depends on how you're working with your teams. Remember, the most important thing that everybody can keep in right at the top of their list is how you're. Spirit, can we please put a protection around my throat chakra and all my chakras with the Archangel electric blue light? Please release any of those that are in the chat rooms that are throwing magic at me. Please release them now, please. I have my rights to be who I am. I have the rights to say what I am. Please release these beings and protect my chakras, please. Thank you, Holy Spirit. My chakras are now protected. In some of these visions, you're going to get them in many different ways. And when I see them as an imprint, that means that all of your multidimensional senses are affected, and you might not see it as a vision type of experience. It might be a whole bodily experience. So just work with your teams. It's so important to work with your teams. Have every day where you're journaling out. Let's work on, seeing today. What is it that I can see? What is it that will move me along on my highest divine path? And just know that you're communicating and you're engaging with your teams one-on-one every step of the way. And that's what I've called is that's not only your daily path work, but it's also knowing what your protocol is. How are you dealing with energy? Are you always knowing that no matter what and no matter who faces you before you, no matter what's going on in the peripheral, that you'll always realign to self? You'll always realign to your highest and your best. And that way, it doesn't matter how many people outside of you are doing whatever they're doing. You can just maintain that knowingness that as long as you're following the highest order, you're making that momentum of your path with that highest order, with the highest energy, with the highest experiences. Part of the channeled energy that Spirit wanted me to say yesterday is that because of some of the behaviors and wounding that some of the Divine Masculine are getting stuck in, Divine Masculines not doing the energy work and the healing that is needed as far as how they have believed and chosen to take on beliefs of Divine Feminine being less than them, of divine feminine being in lesser roles, if you will, or wanting divine feminine to be controlled into certain roles. Um, any of these beliefs are, again, lower vibrational. All of these beliefs are detrimental to your own evolution. All of these beliefs are not as the divine Holy Father, that as you're moving through evolution, that you get to be and create all that you are in all ways that you can. And so just know that you have to look at all perspectives and all beliefs every cycle of ascension. You're not going to get away with, again, playing both sides. You're not going to get away with forcing and manipulating those in your environment to your will. It's been a very popular thing for divine masculines to have their cake and eat it too, double standard. It's been throughout our histories everywhere. And that's not okay. It's not going to continue. And there will be those of us that will stand before you and that will provide you with a tower moment, that will provide you with an ego death. It is not for divine feminine to we'll just talk about Spirit, can we please, whatever is going on in the chat rooms and whoever is doing magic on me, can you please send it back to them? Have them removed from the space, have them veiled and sent away, please. I have my rights to be exactly who I am. And my throat chakra is being bothered right now. Thank you. We'll just do some housekeeping. For this 5D experience, we're on a 5D run. We're moving into Ascension. We've gone through a lot of activations through spring portal, the spring equinox, and then another set of codes from God where we've activating the different chakras. We're activating higher chakras. When we activate the higher chakras, that means that a lot of the lower safety issues and sexual safety issues, all of that has to be purged and released. So it's always the balancing, right? As you're accepting good, you always have to release the bad and go through that purging, go through that integration process. You have to do your alchemy. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about alchemy and what that really is. When we're stepping forward in this new arena, it's a new experience. There are new cycles with new energy. It has nothing to do with what has been. It has nothing to do with anything from church and state we're carrying, because we're not. We are starting brand new. It's a new garden. It's new cycles. It's new energy, new potentiation, new possibilities, new infinite, new infinite, new infinite. You are new. Your body is new. Your teams are working on you every night. When you work with these intentions, when you work with these knowings, because they're all true, everything I said is absolutely true, and you go within and you do your path work daily, there is nothing from the past that should be coming forward into the now moment. But of course, most of humanity has existed on patterns of beliefs and patterns of behaviors. So we get that it's a very dense experience and can be lifted and motivated by you to move into new belief systems. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about belief systems for 5D. What are your belief systems for 5D? And just have a general experience. Can you move beyond trauma, the patterns of trauma? Can you move beyond the patterns of seeing yourself in victimization mode? Can you see yourself beyond what you have thought, known, and were told about yourself, perspectives and beliefs? And how you are running things and how you're looking forward in your reality. Such wonderful people, sending them love and light. For 5D, divine feminine does not chase the divine masculine. We've known that throughout our world, divine feminine has been grossly imbalanced because she's been nowhere in the collective. There has been cults and covens and groups of very elite, very misogynistic, very high status men that have actually been involved in various aspects of human hunting, human testing, human whatever it is called, whatever their games are that they've played. And the cult and coven from Calgary was a part of these elite practices. There's no there's no accident on why Spirit had me be involved in all of it, because I was strong enough to survive it all. I was strong enough and the only one to survive, the only one that could have survived, to call these people out so that they could go through an ego death, so that they could have the same chance at going through eternal life and through the heavenly gates. If they choose not to go forward in these experiences, and if they choose to still come forward with the same manipulations, abusing life force, still paying for black magic, and all the things that are done for abuse that we've been talking about forever, if these people still do these things, then Spirit is taking them off the Divine Father's plan. And the Divine Father will not use these men. Divine Father will not use these men to create. Divine Father will not use these men for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create as heavenly, godly creators. So as much as it is for a man to kind of veil his insecurities and do these corrupt things by abusing energy, by abusing people, by stalking them, by spying on them and hacking them, and doing all the covert things that are done to make sure that you get your way, or you get a leg up, or you get to break a soul, or you get to make them fall after you, and you get to make them be controlled by you. All of these situations is exactly what the cult in Calgary were doing. They were abusing energy to enslave them. They were abusing energy to enthrall them. They were doing everything that they could to not only sacrifice people now and then so that they can get insurance money, so that if they felt threatened by somebody, then they would go and sacrifice them. And then they would go and get their little one-ups in the black underground. Sometimes they'd make snuff videos and all of these things that the Calgary cult was doing. Beyond egregious, beyond irreparable, beyond anything that anybody could think is a normal thing to do. It actually isn't. The churches and the businesses that they played out of were also corrupt. There's corruption going on in every aspect of their lives. How they played with their life force, again, corruption. There's been a stream of energy of beliefs go across the Western world as far as Muslim is concerned, and a lot of the polyamorous lifestyles of Muslim belief systems, and a lot of the many wives belief systems. And then the men were taking it even further by not healing their sexual repression, by not healing their childhood wounds, and they would then play with these types of energies, therefore putting divine feminine at a very low vibrational imbalance, because we had to play both roles. We had to play both the masculine role and the feminine role for us to survive in a reality where divine feminine was nowhere to be seen or heard. Divine feminine had no lifting of her profundity. There's no understanding of her energy. There's no understanding of who she really is as a divine feminine powerhouse. Gets to use her energy, gets to be a healer, gets to be the wisdom and the intelligence that she is in and always been. And so we've never seen her in a leadership role except for now. And regardless of the magic, and regardless of how many people out there want to keep throwing magic and keep doing whatever it is they're doing, they will always be dropped off and go to Epstein Earth, because you cannot continue if your vibration is not holding up, and you cannot hold your vibration if all you're doing is negativity, if all you're doing is black magic so that people can follow you and people can bow after you, because those are all wounding of the divine masculine. They're distorted divine masculine wounds. And it's all about egoism. It's all about misogyny. It's all about breaking a soul and all of these things that you think you have to do to somebody to have them bow to you, which is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. It's sociopathic narcissism on a gross scale. So any man that's walking around that thinks like this or believes this, you must really sit down. You will be brought to tower moments left, right, and center. Because it's not looking at who you are and your divine feminine energies and bringing that to the forefront and giving it appreciation and giving it value and giving it honor. Because ultimately, the path of self-actualization, the path of self-enlightenment is to give your divine feminine the same as the divine masculine. So what you're saying is that your divine feminine energies have absolutely no right on her, in her path, to be who she is. So these have to be looked at. You cannot go forward. You cannot advance. You will not advance. Your soul will not advance. You will not go through heavenly gates. You will not come back in a reincarnation unless you get these things. These are very basic things we've talked about. These are very basic things in human rights. These are very basic things in just basic life. If you behave in dark ways, your outcome is dark. Therefore, why would you keep wasting time being dark when that is just perpetuating a dark karmic cycle when you could actually be going within and healing yourself? The only way through the gates is to heal. Heal your divine feminine masculine energies. What are your beliefs? Why are you Clear and cleanse these energies, please, Holy Spirit. Please bathe me with the Holy Christ. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And so for Divine Feminine will not chase the Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine, that's not Divine Feminine's role. Divine Feminine's role is to receive. So when Divine Masculines know their role, when Divine Masculines have actually done some healing, when Divine Masculines actually sit back and honor that when they go through God for their soulmates, they actually honor the experience, they honor the engagement, they honor the relationship. Because you cannot have a relationship if you're not doing anything within the relationship. Relationship means you relate to one another. How are you relating? Is it that you dominate? Is it that you wait for them to do all the chasing? Is it that you wait for them to do all the work? Meanwhile, you're not understanding what they're going through in their life. Like, have you put yourself in their shoes? Have you allowed yourself to know what's going on in their life? How are you working from that Divine Feminine's perspective? The Divine Feminine is not to chase her Divine Masculine. That's not going to be the way, Divine Masculines. Divine Masculines have been and created a very big imbalance on our planet, and we must flip it back around. Divine Feminines are now coming into our energy field. We're now coming into our light. We are reclaiming our power. We are reclaiming our light, and we are going to stand fully in it. We will not chase Divine Masculines. If you have a woman that is chasing you, then you are heavily in your Divine Feminine energy. Then you are heavily working from ego. Then you do not understand Divine Feminine energies or your Divine Masculine energies, and you need to do some healing. It's not a problem if a Divine Feminine, does a few things for you here and there, and there's always that balance of the scales. I give, you give, I give, you give, I give you. But if you're expecting and you have anticipation that people just come to you and bow to you, and people do this and people do that and people do this, and they're constantly chasing and chasing and chasing, that is not a balanced relationship. When you look at what have you have given, what have you have given? Make a list. What have you given? What have you given to her? What have you done for her? Where have you shown her that she is sacred? Where have you shown her that she matters? Where have you shown her what she's done really well? Where have you shown her that she's changed your life and brought you this, this, and this? Like, where has the appreciation and honor been for what she has done for you? You cannot go forward in a 5D reality without healing these issues. You must look at every Divine Feminine Masculine issue. Divine Feminines will not chase Divine Masculines. Divine Masculines will be put back in their Divine Masculine role, and Divine Masculines will remember and start healing their divine sexual repressions, their sacred energies, their sacred sexual energies, so that they can return back to sacredness, instead of living in this debaucherous underworld experience where a lot of the masculine energies have been going. Is if they're not being fulfilled and chased, and their egos are not being fed on the normal basis, and they're not doing healing. Because when you're not doing the healing, you're not going deeper into the soul. You're not awakening the soul gifts. You're not living as a soul infused being, and you're living from a very ego superficial perspective. To live as a beautiful soul, you need to go deeper into the soul, which means you need to call up those wounds. There's always more layers and levels to who you are as a soul. And I'll tell you this right now, Divine Masculines, this world is going to balance out with or without you. So if you don't want to do the work, if you don't want to do the healing, you will be left behind and you will go to Epstein Earth. It is that easy. It is that simple. Divine Masculines will not continue to rule the world, to rule all systems, to pay systems, to have people suppressed. You cannot and you will not continue to be corrupt. You will not continue to be corrupt to feed your ego, to feed your wounding, to feed your insecurities, to feed where you're not feeling good about yourself. Heal your wounds, people. Divine Feminine will not play all roles. Divine Feminine will not exhaust herself. Divine Feminine will not play your role and her role. Divine Feminine will not do everything, plus make you feel good about yourself. You must do your own healing, Divine Masculines. The world is incredibly out of balance because of the way that you have refused to do your healing and look at who you are. The underground will show that when we're pulling these cults and covens up, the absolute imbalance of energies and the anomalies that have been shown with the LGBT communities and those that have been repressing who they are sexually, repressing who they are within their childhood wounds. And a lot of these things, especially through the Calgary cult, which would be a very good cult to study and do research on, because a lot of them have mental imbalances. A lot of them are vulnerable. A lot of them have caused a lot of damage. A lot of them are sociopathic. A lot of them are just not sure about who they are and what they are and where they're going. And their lives have to start off from scratch right now. Many of them are sitting in cursed positions. Why are they sitting in cursed positions? Because all they've done is curse people. All they do is live from the pattern of trauma, live from the pattern of trauma, live from the pattern of trauma, and they've chosen on their religious beliefs. They say it's a religion. I don't know what religion says it's okay to kill people. You got to look at that. And it's mental illness. It's mental illness. Mental illness. But there's a lot of men on the planet that are really eager for these things because it makes them feel good in their ego. To know that they can have many partners, many wives, they cannot worry about having a relationship or a commitment because it just releases them from responsibility and accountability. You're not going to be evolved and you're not going to be a part of God's plan if these things are problems for you. You won't be. You will be removed. Divine masculines, you must understand this. You're not going to continue being debaucherous, low vibrational, sexually imbalanced, sexually addicted and obsessed beings because you're not healed. You need to look at these sexual repressions. You need to look at the imbalances of sexual and divine feminine, divine masculine energies. You must know divine feminines will not chase you. In an ascended role, 5D, we are androgynous. We are balanced in our energies. Divine feminine will not chase you, divine masculines. And if you do have people that are chasing you, you must ask why. There is going to be a shift because when you understand your energies, a relationship becomes very sacred to you. Because you understand the absolute torment and pressure and work a divine feminine has to go through for her to be seen as an equal in the so-called created world where we are leaving behind, that has been created and mastered and led and sustained and maintained by divine masculines. 98.8% has been done by divine masculines in church and state. Now, as these systems break down and as these systems fall away, divine masculines and divine feminines must come to center, align with the sacred trinity, align with their soul's blueprint, and then begin again. Beginning again means, okay, from here on, there's no more trauma. Yes, there's still things that will come up through your triggering. Yes, there's still things you might remember in your moving forward in higher light, higher omnipresent, higher plasma, higher substrates, but you're not going to continue behaving in trauma. If you do, you're going to be moved aside and you will be blocked from approaching beings like myself. You will be blocked from co-creating with people like myself and others like me. You will be taken off the Divine Father's plan. You will not be allowed to apply for, you will not be allowed to advance, you will not have your roles of promotion, you will not have your roles of advancement. Your life will look cursed. Why is your life cursed? I want to talk to everybody from Calgary and every other cult and coven on the planet, and every corrupt leader, everybody that's leading a corrupt business, every fraction of CIA and FBI that are corrupt. I want you to understand why your life right now may be looking cursed. Why does it look and feel cursed? Because you've gone through so many cycles of harming other people, of playing these games of power over others, playing these games of imbalance, playing these games of not understanding divine feminine masculine energies, playing these games of absolute and utter corruption against the souls of creation, against the divine Father's life. If you choose to continue this, it will be very easy. It is this easy at this point. There are no more 3D timelines. We keep telling you this. If you behave in corrupt ways, the only way for you to have a result is corruption, and you will be moved. You cannot abuse divine feminine in any way. You cannot trick her. You cannot manipulate her reality to go your way, to sway your way. You cannot stalk and spy and do all of the things that has been done. You cannot do these things to force your narrative. You will be seen as abusing spiritual laws, right use of free will, and non-interference. There's a difference between courting a woman and interfering with her life and free choice. Interfering with her is when you're doing things behind the scenes that she is not approved of, that she has no idea about, but you're doing it anyways because you're insecure about what you're going to find on the other side, and if she even says yes or no, because you haven't approached her yet. You haven't actually asked her yet. So you have to work on your security issues. You have to work on who you are as a person, and then you have to move forward and say, if I really feel what I feel, and if I do love this person, I'm going to treat them with respect. This is a sacred relationship from God. Do you actually think that God's going to bless you 2 times with an angel? If God has brought an angel like me before you, do you actually think that God's going to give you another chance after you screwed it so very badly? I'm talking from the cult in Calgary, and those few men that have done it since then. Do you actually think, with as rare and sacred as divine relationships are, rare and sacred, we all know how it is to meet that one person that is divine and sacred. We all know what's out there. Do you honestly think that God will provide you with someone that has the depths and the richness of the similarities that you can go? Do you honestly think God's going to give that twice to you, 3 times and 4 times in one lifetime? Yes, you're going to meet other soulmates, and yes, you will have beautiful lives with them, but they will not be what God has ordained for you. The ordained relationships are those relationships in which the divine feminine, the divine masculine make massive changes, propel humanity forward in who they are as souls, energetically, vibrationally, spiritually, and all things human to cosmic to galactic to universal to godly. That's the ladder. Are we on the same page, people? It's not lowly human, divine masculine's running everything, and divine feminine's chasing after them for some sort of morsel or breadcrumb. If you breadcrumb a divine feminine, if you breadcrumb me, you will get karma. If you mess with me, if you manipulate me, if you manipulate my background, if you manipulate my opportunities, if you manipulate my potential, my ex in Calgary and everybody he belongs with, anybody that has been messing with my potentials and opportunities, you will get karma. You will be cursed. You deserve that cursing. Nobody had a right, nobody ever had a right to mess with my life. My life was my life for me. It's my life that God said, here's your piece of the pie. This is for you. You have earned it. Only God knows the lifetimes I've gone, the planets I've been on, the themes that I've worked on, my lessons that I've gone through, my experiences, my expressions. God knows that. Nobody on this planet knows that. And anybody abusing magic that thinks, no, you're going to come be with me because my life was better when you were in it. My life was less karma. My life was protected. My life was so easy when you were in it. But I wanted to go and sleep with everybody in the city. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And you're going to now be my backbone. Are you kidding me? It's absolute enslavement. It's absolutely treating divine feminine like she's a slave. It's absolutely giving no respect or credit for divine feminine. This is something that divine feminines feel every day, and enough is enough, divine masculines. Divine masculines must step the fuck up. Do your healing, divine masculines. Don't ever treat a woman this way. She will not chase you. She has done enough. She has brought life on this planet, and in that life, it's been manipulated, lured, groomed, and trafficked. Are you not respecting divine feminine on any level for who she is, what she offers, and how deep she can go, and how much she can raise humanity? There'll be nobody on this planet like me. I have brought so much to this planet energetically, vibrationally, intentionally, intellectually, in my light and all that I do 24/7. The games that divine masculine have played have been absolutely dumbfounding. It's beyond diabolical. Everybody from my past, everybody that thinks they were my family from my past, you're not my family. You've never been my family. You withheld truth for 50 years. You withheld truth because you got to live off my money that was supposed to be mine. And you let me live a impoverished life. I struggled and I suffered and I did everything I could to make and give myself a good life because everybody was suppressing me, sabotaging me, setting me up, and trying to break my soul. These were intentions. I'm not just saying this. These are not superfluous things. These were actual agendas. These were agendas followed up by action, followed up by military play, followed up by CIA, followed up by other people in the community, and they were paid to sabotage me. This is for my whole life. We're not just talking just a couple of times. We're not talking a few sacrifices, doing the little, glass ball in the woods. No, we're talking day by day, week by week. These people are paid in groups of hundreds to fuck with me. So you think that you're going to have divine feminine chase you, especially somebody like me that has been through everything that I've been through, and that you're not going to come forward as a man and say, I have great feelings for you. I would like to court you. This is how I would like this to go. What do you think and what do you feel about this? This is what mature, responsible beings have in conversations of partnership, whether it's a business or whether it's a relationship of love. Because this is what soulmates do. Divine masculines, you must move beyond trauma. You must move beyond trauma. And divine feminines never ever chase a man. These men have to get healed. Divine feminine, stop opening your legs for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Get your life force healed, people. Because you're packing around entities and you're passing on demons. You're passing on demons of temptation, of lust, of everybody chase me, of I've got this and I've got that, of limitation, of whatever your demons are. Why and how you did what you did, that's why you got your demons, that's why you got your cursing. My ex from Calgary and everybody he's involved with, you are cursed because you have fucked with a lot of people's lives and you are criminals. Criminals, criminals, criminals. And I will be sure to sue all of you. I will sue you. I will sue you. I will sue you. I will sue you for exploitation. I will sue you for fraud. I will sue you for theft. I will sue you for discrimination and defamation, for keep fucking with my life. And those people that are my family, I don't know you. You've never come forward to me. You've never given me anything. You've never told me who you are. And the people that have been hiding me, you are also going to be cursed. You will be cursed. Everybody that's been hiding me, everybody that veils me, everybody that fucks with me, everybody that shadow bans me, everybody that makes a fake AI page, anybody that does anything to take and scapegoat and rape and ruin and harvest and steal and whatever you're doing on my energy, you will be cursed. Are you getting it? And God will take even the top of the people from this planet and God will put you at the very bottom if you fuck with me. And that means you're expecting and you're wanting me to play 100 times more and to do 100 times more after what I just came out of. And you're not going to come forward to me and say, how can I help you? I am a galactic and a planetary leader. I will not be treated like dirt. You have done enough of this, and you have done enough of this to your collective, and look where it is. This planet will be in peace, and the divine masculines will learn from day one, from start one, from a clear slate. You will no longer lead the planet in this way of egregious, most abhorrent misogyny. And the ego is so out of whack. Go and heal your wounds, have a few ego deaths, and get healed. Divine masculines, if you behave this way, you need 5 years of being alone, of being celibate, and get back to God. Because how you treat divine feminine is not okay. How you are looking to lure children in, trafficking, and RICO crimes is not okay. How you have enforced divine feminine to be broken on the street, one divine healer that moves little wormies off to the soil, and you keep setting her up, you keep stalking her, you keep spying on her, and you are refusing to give her back her money that's hers. I want everybody to stop and think. If you had the legal rights to whatever you had legal rights to since the day that you were born, but it was denied and refused you by a group of people that were so fucking selfish, they did everything they could to make sure that your life was as hell as possible for these people to sit and walk free. Thieves, criminals, fraud, thieves, money laundering, RICO, trafficking, dark occult abuse on every level. What didn't they do? What spells didn't they hex? What spells didn't they curse? What voodoo dolls didn't they poke? 4,000 or more rituals done on my life. Don't ever expect me to chase you. I barely made it out of this alive, and I will not behave in that way. Divine feminine will never behave in this way ever again. We have been abused, the children have been abused, and we will not be slaves to divine masculine that are so distorted, that are so imbalanced, they need to be healed. Don't ever think that people placate and bow to you when you behave in this way. You are not worthy of being bowed to in this way. Life is not your slave. Gaia is not your slave. Gaia is not here for you. In a spiritual sense, yes, she is. But for you to take from her and rape from her and take all the resources from her and not give back to her, that's where you need to look. You need to look at your giving back and your receiving. What are you taking and what are you receiving? What are you taking and what are you receiving? Can you move beyond trauma? Or are you just going to keep taking and sucking it back, taking and sucking it back, taking and sucking? That's what harvesters behave like. These are the harvesters. These are the vampires, the ones that aren't healed. They got to have your energy. They're going to do everything to get your energy. They're going to obsess about it. And they're going to go behind the scenes and they're going to do this, this, and this, and this, cross all spiritual laws, pay people to go into your kosh, pay people to screw you over, pay people to set you back, pay people to make sure you don't go forward, pay people to make sure you don't have any bank accounts, pay people to do everything to fuck you over so that you stay right back where they are. And I'm going to tell you, you will never get out of your cursing. You will never move forward. Everything that you go for will be stopped. Every promotion will never ever come to you. And you will be cursed and cursed and cursed and cursed and cursed. All of you that thought you were my family, all of you that thought you were going to be whatever you were ever to me, nobody's come to me. Nobody's lifted a hand for me. Nobody's given me anything but my 2 clients, period. I don't have any friends beside me. I don't have a posse. I don't have anybody reaching out a hand to me. Nobody's given me anything but my 2 clients. Nobody. So if I was a divine masculine and I was looking at this beautiful divine relationship that God hath written for you, God, we're talking the hand of God here, that God hath said, out of all of the people on earth, out of all of the people that have been through any type of spiritual experience ever in the whole multiverse, in the whole planets of planets of planets, and we've got planets crisscrossing and timelines crisscrossing, we've got people leveling up, we've got things going here, there's so much going on in the multiverse. And God says, there's 2 people that come together, and when they come together, boy, oh boy, things are going to be created. And if you think that God's going to give this to you again, it's not. Your ego needs to sit down. These are the most important times for humanity. And the ego must sit down. This is a spiritual experience. Behaving the way cults and covens behave, obsessed, addicted, magic abusers play and behave is absolutely abhorrent. It is ego. When you play with magic every day, it's ego. There's wounds behind it. Draw it out. I'm going to do magic because I want this. I'm going to do magic because I want that. I'm going to do magic because I want this, this, and this, and this, and this. What does that say? You have no idea who you are. You're not connected with God on any level. You don't do any of the path work that we've offered. You don't have any idea what your light is. And you're abusing every system and every law. You're not absolutely respecting right use of free will and non-interference. You are interfering with people's lives when you do magic on them. When you do magic on someone you have not given permission for, what is your protocol? How do you work with your teams? What is your protocol? How do you work with your teams? What is your protocol? How do you work with energy? God will not let you be a part of the divine plan, and God will take you off and remove you from your leadership position, from your teaching position, from your mastery position, from your technology advisory position, whatever it is that your position is that you want to move forward in. God will take you off those positions. You're no longer going to be a shoo-in. Your promotion has just been taken away from you. And it's all because you refuse to face your insecurities. You refuse to face it and say, yeah, I needed to be sat down. Holy cow. I'm going to look at this from a sacred perspective. There is no hurry. Life is the way it is. It's going to unfold as it will. You're not always going to get what you want. You shouldn't always get what you want. And you're going to sit back and you're going to be spiritual and you're going to be soulful. Because how the soul wants to be nourished is not having everyone bow and placate to your ego misogynies. Breaking people's souls is not a way to lead anything or anyone, especially yourself. Nobody will bow to you. There's been horrible, horrible deaths that have occurred through misogynistic cults and covens, sadistic, masochistic cults and covens, that they feed off of the terror and the suffering and the low vibrational energies because they're not connecting with light. They're not connecting with God. We're going to say this very clearly, and we're going to say this very blatantly so that you all understand. It's a very important time that you get this. Take a deep breath. Every spiral of ascension, you're given new energies, you're given new themes, you're given sometimes new guides. You're given new challenges, you're given new ceremonies, you're given new initiations to work with your guides, have a deeper connection with your guides, have a deeper connection with God. In all the ways that you corrupt sacred life. This is very simple. Write it down. In any way that I do not appreciate or value sacred life, there will be an output consequence. Output consequence. In any way that I corrupt life, it will be an output consequence. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, or financially. It is this way, period. And why we do the daily pathwork. What is the dodecahedron on who you are, what you exist within, what's going on within you every moment. Every day you do this pathwork, you will be expanded as a soul. You will have your ego sit down where it needs to be sat, because your ego is not the driver of this ride. From here on out, the ego cannot be a driver. It doesn't know the way. It doesn't know the way through multidimensional gates of 5D. It just doesn't. Your ego cannot and will not discern a download from God. It can't. Your higher mind, your higher knowing, your higher intellect, your heart, all of your senses, your clairs, you're working with your teams, you're practicing with your teams, you're doing your due diligence, you're standing in your ethical and moral values. Not feeding your ego, not feeding your insecurities, not feeding why you want to still remain number 1, 2, or 3. Never competition will ever come into the picture from here on out. There's no such thing as competition. Sit down. There is no race, people. There is no race. Sit down. This is a journey of the soul returning to source. Sit down. Stop the competition. There is no race. Ascension is never a race. You cannot compare apples and oranges. You cannot compare them. Divine feminine and divine masculine are equal, dynamic, unique, integral, honored, appreciated, valued, deep, wide, rich, expansive, illuminary. All of these things are true and real. You must know both sides. Divine feminine will not chase divine masculine from here on out. Divine masculines must feel it within themselves to be worthy and honoring, to know that they can protect life at all costs, not destroy it and not traffic it, not interfere with it, not bid it, bet it, and sell it and blow it up. Are we clear, divine masculines? You will no longer behave in such egoistic ways. You're not going to play manipulator anymore. You're not going to trick and fool to have people come bowing at you. We see that some of the videos that have been done on your YouTube have been harvesting types of videos. We'd like to see this change. Because how you should do a video is offering your unique gift. That's it. That's it. When you're offering your unique gift, you can offer donations and how to get to your sessions. Because you have a fair exchange of your energy, and anybody that would like your energy, anybody that would like your wisdoms and intelligence, anybody that you have been drawn to by your guides, then you will know that there will be an exchange that you're meant to have. Your guides will assist you in those energy activations. And therefore, thus then, yes, you can promote your gifts and skills. It's a fair exchange. If you're giving so much of your energy and you're getting nothing in return, it's not a fair exchange. Goodbye. I will not continue to offer myself in this way. If I'm not being given to, if I'm not being engaged with, if I'm not being related to, goodbye. It is that simple. I will be moved to where I will be appreciated. Other timelines, other tribes, other places, and I'm gone. God will no longer have me be abused, and God will take each and every one of you off of the divine plan of whatever roles that your higher self thought and was hoping you could move into. Because you were working for something that was promotionally with your soul's honor, with your soul's themes, with your soul's sacredness, with your soul's appreciation of what you've earned and what you've worked for. Not trying to bully your way into first place, not trying to bully your way into what you want. These are divine masculine woundings because you're afraid to lose. You're afraid to be seen as less than. You're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of abandonment. Heal it, please, divine masculines. There's no competition. Divine feminines will return to who we are in pride and honor, and we will reclaim our power, and we will reclaim our light, and we will be intuitive goddesses as we always have been. We will stand gloriously in the body that we are, in the energy that we are, and those that are so interested in divine feminines, divine masculines, it is up to you to do the equal healing and level up. She will not chase you. She is preparing a home. She is preparing the gardens. She is preparing the land. She is preparing wisdoms and intelligences for the children of tomorrow. She is preparing great leaders of tomorrow. She is preparing great balance and restoration for the planet and for the galaxy for tomorrow. Your job is to protect life at all costs. Can you do this, divine masculine? And when you are bringing home the wares, you have done so with great pride and joy and balance at your heart space. And then when something is offered to you from the Divine Father has prepared your souls on either side behind the scenes. The Father has prepared where you're going to go if you choose to move forward in your free will choice. And each of you are to learn something from one another. Each of you are to be open-hearted and to be bowing to one another in such a sacred union. But you do not ask there be expectations on one another for something that the God has ordained. You're simply meant to enjoy. You're simply meant to surrender and say, I'm so grateful that this has been such an offering to me. God hath offered this to me. God hath brought this forward to me. I've done so. I'm so grateful, Father. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you have done so much work for me behind the scenes because I don't know what's happened behind the scenes. I can discern as much as I can, but I know how I truly want to be loved. I know how I truly want to be cared for. I know how much I pour into someone. I know how much I pour into my garden, into my home. And will you bring someone that is equal measure? And God says, yes, they will be equally yoked. You just have to surrender. And then the divine masculine, feeling in the divine masculine's proper energy of a balanced divine masculine. I'd like to take this opportunity to court you. I'd like to take this opportunity to be a part of you and your life a part of mine. Can we have this as an agreement? What do you think about this? I really like you. I'd like to get to know you better. I'd like to see what you think about this and this, and maybe we can do this and this and this. Come together with shared ideas, with shared inspirations, with shared passions. Because you that come together in balanced states of sharing your passions, sharing your explorations, sharing your experiences and your expressions, that is of the highest form of God. That's all it's meant to be. Isn't it that easy? You should never chase anybody. Courting a woman is courting and saying, I value you. How can I be a part of your life and bring to you an offer that is complementary to your soul and to your energy? I'd like to court you. Divine masculines are being placed in their divine masculine role again. And divine masculines and divine feminines need to learn that this is a new cycle. We're not creating karma and we're not creating trauma. No more trauma, people. Every day you must wake up and say, today I will create love and I'm releasing trauma and I'm healing trauma. Say this as a mantra. It's very important because you get so used to patterns, you get so used to cycles, and we're going to break them. All you have to do is just wait for the triggers and then heal it as it comes up and integrate it. But from here on out, say this mantra. Today I create an unabandoned love and joy and sacredness. I will heal the traumas when I am triggered. I will heal the traumas when it comes up. I trust God. I trust my higher self. Divine masculines are being placed back in divine masculine role. And divine masculines must heal their divine feminine wounding when things come up. You're not going to be chased. And divine masculines must just be okay with that. Why they've taken on the experience of the Muslim thing over the past 5 or 10 years, even shorter than that. Because divine masculines have been so wounded in their ego to have many women, to have many harems, to have whatever it is they want, and their cake and eat it too, releases them from a whole bunch of accountability, and they never do the healing. And as an energy healer, I see what it looks like energetically, and it's a mess. And there's nobody like me that's going to step anywhere near anybody that is going to be in that kind of a mess. No fucking way. I don't care what you call it. I don't care how you think you are esteemed. I don't care how you think you're ranked. You're not. It's a mess. I ain't going to fix it. I ain't picking it up. I ain't going to protect you. I'm going to fix it. Ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole. I've been celibate for 15 years for a reason. Because I devote myself to Source. I live a hermit lifestyle with Source because I want to bring the best forward for humanity when it really counts. And it really counts right now. Because right now we're being offered. We are here to create the most profound 5D life, 5D earth, from where we sit right now and moving forward as the highest vibrational beings that absolutely know that we are diverse, hybridized beings that are of the galaxy. And our energies and our creations will be the foundation of a new earth that has never been seen before in 5D light. And the Father is supporting us equal measure. The galaxy is supporting us equal measure. We will never be allowed through the gates in the egocentric experiences that have been, that go on every hour. We simply won't be. We will not be allowed to leave our planet. We will not be allowed to go to other worlds. We will not be allowed, and we will have few contacts literally brought to us. Because people are just so easy just to blow things up. Just to chase or break a soul if I don't get my way. I'm just going to sacrifice you. I'm not getting my way. I don't want you to have that. I don't want you to have your money that you were due at 18. No, I'm going to get my way because I want it. It doesn't matter if I walk around as a criminal and I have RICO crimes and I'm a pedophile. It doesn't matter. No, I want your money. This is the degradation of what has been going on. The cult in Calgary, the energies and the vampirism and the absolute corruption from these souls in Calgary and everybody they were involved with is exactly like this. That's how it feels energetically. And day after day, I say the same thing. Day after day, I say, I want my money back. I want balance. Day after day, I said, I haven't signed anything. I don't even know these people. I've never come near these people. I've been estranged from my ex for 8 years. I don't know any of things that's going on because nobody's told me. Nobody's shown me. Everything's been withheld. Everything's been shadow banned. Everything's been taken from me. Everything's been rerouted. Everything's been changed. Everything's been fabricated. It's all been a big fabrication, defamation mess. Why? Because they wanted to kill me. They wanted to clone me, and they wanted to take my monies. And these black cults and covens were just the minions, were just the little players on the little playing field of the big elite soul harvesting, of the big ones with the money and the shadow governments. This is exactly what's happened. And my life is being done. There is no more trauma. No more trauma will come into my life. No more trauma. The cycles will not continue, people. You will be moved out and plucked out every day that you continue your corruptive, your abusive, your non-healed energies, your non-healed activities when you're doing magic in your house 24/7, when you're trying to influence another person's life by doing things against all spiritual laws, all Akashic laws, all human rights laws. You will not continue. You will be cursed for the rest of your life. And you can't have anybody to blame but you, because we've been telling you these things for at least 5 years. And it's common sense. How could you think it be any otherwise? You can't go out and kill people and think you're going to be blessed. These people need to be assessed. Everybody in Calgary, cults and covens like this around the world, any witch or any warlock that does magic on people every day, you will be cursed. You cannot interfere with other people's lives and get a blessing. You just can't, and you won't. You cannot play both sides. What is your protocol? Your higher self would never, ever say. Your higher self would never say, go out and hurt somebody. Go out and break a soul. Go out and make sure she's manipulated. Go out and make sure she's never going to talk again. No, because you're going to be accountable for your deeds. You're doing what you're doing because you're trying to evade being accountable. You must be accountable. When you are accountable, God will consider putting you back into the plan and putting you back into roles where you will be co-creating with Commander Ashtar and the Galactic Federations for New Earth First Contact series. You're not going to be considered for these things when you behave in this way. When you behave in covert, illegal, abusive, intrusive ways. Because it's against all laws. If you're not abiding the laws, you will never be considered and you will be taken out of the Divine Father's plan. Are we clear? You cannot play both sides. Your money doesn't mean anything from here on out, unless you're doing something good for humanity. You must be accountable for your deeds. Make it right, people. If you have messed somebody over, if you have done illegal things to somebody, you need to make it right. There's no other way around this. You cannot keep abusing her. You cannot keep sending her magic. You cannot keep hoping that her brain is going to fall out and she forgets everything and every ill act that you've done to her. She won't. God is making sure that I will remember everything because I am your walking karma. You will be cursed until you choose to say, I'm a part of a universal collective. There's Pleiadians, there's Syrians, there's Cassiopeans, there's Andromedans, there's Lyrans. There's all of these beings all over the multiverse. There's cetaceans, there's animals, there's foxes, there's cows. All is life of God. But if you play that you're more important and you cannot ever sit and say, I did this out of ill intent. I must face this. If you cannot do this and clear your deeds, you simply will not go through the gates. You must understand this. Your promotions will not go through. Your abundance will not go through. You will not go through any ascension. You must know this. Is everybody clear on that? You cannot play both sides. Divine masculines are being put back in their divine masculine role. Divine masculines need to level up. You need to work on your intuitions. What are you working with your guides? How are you working with your guides? Do your energy work every day. Clear your fields and ground every day. Get connected with God and your higher self every day. When you connect with your higher self, you connect with God every day. The mother and the father are equal within you every day. You will not have anybody bow to you unless it is out of honor and respect. The God in me sees the God in you. If you have that for another, they will have it for you. Do unto others as it is done to you. What you put out is what you get back. It is a quantum law. For all of those that are interested, for all the inquiry minds want to know, as I've said many times before in many of my videos, if you go back to the last 6 years, many of my videos have talked about the same thing. And it is about the abuses that have occurred, where they stem from, and it is the divine feminine masculine energies and the sexual repressions from a collective of humanity, from a collective of masculines that are not getting healed. Divine masculines, you're going to heal your inner child, you're going to heal who you are, you're going to allow the divine feminines to take her place, and for divine feminines to get healed and for her to step up and take her place, we will not chase divine masculines. We're not going to wait around for divine masculines to make our life easy. We're not going to wait around for divine masculines to make sure that we're taken care of. No. We're going to have a life of our own. We're going to be self-reliant. We're going to create miracles. We're going to be in one with God. We're going to have our own making of our own brilliance. And we will be lifted as we lift you, as we always have. Now, inquiry minds want to know. I know this isn't, I don't understand why it's a thing, but apparently it is. I'm not gay, and I'm not bi or tri. I don't go back and forth, and I'm not wishy-washy with my energy life force. Those that have even watched 5 minutes of my videos would tell. I've been celibate for 15 years. I don't share my life force. Would never be in those positions. I think it's low vibrational. If you choose to be this way, and you do it with responsibility, and you do it with maturity, then fine, live your life. I deal with it from a healer's perspective, and most of humanity is not even awakened yet. Most of humanity is not healed. Therefore, then, it's an energetic mess. Divine masculines have used it to mask their ego wounding and their inner child woundings. They wanted their cake, and boy, did they eat it too. It is a mess in our social collective, and it needs to be cleaned up, and it needs to be healed. You cannot go through any gate of ascension. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's 3 and you're going through various levels of 3 dimensions, because there's a lot of low vibrational people on the planet that still haven't even tapped into digging into the pie of their 3rd dimensional healings. The cults from Calgary are still working at a very low vibrational 3D. So us ever working together and us ever coming together and me just like bowing to you and letting you treat me like a slave again, letting you harvest off of me again, letting us go on that same sicko fuck ass cycle is impossibly stupid. It's impossibly stupid. It's going through court because you're criminals. It's going through court because you've withheld my own money. It's gone through court because you've stolen off of me and the people that were going to give me an inherent money to me that I should have had at 20 and other circumstances within the legal case. Because there's many things that are going on right now legally. So they're not all dealing with the same case. The shadow government, you know you owe me. You know there was a lot of negligence on a lot of sides. And you know that there's going to be a pen to paper. And there has to be a pen to paper. And it has to be soon. Because the longer you make it wait, the longer that you're not accountable, God's taking all of you off your rolls. So any promotion that you want within the galaxy, any promotion you want within the universe, any promotion that you want within Earth, it's going to be taken off the table. And you know it is, because you're feeling your curses come now. If you want your curses to go away, if you want to transmute your curses, you need to understand alchemy. And I talk about it in my radio shows. I talk about it in my classes. So if you want to book a session, you can book a session with me. You must alchemize what you've done every day. Alchemizing your deeds is the same as what? Redemption. You are responsible for redeeming your soul. God's not going to do it for you. You're responsible for redeeming your soul. You chose the method, you chose the behavior, you chose the interference, you chose the working against somebody's free will, you chose that. You must step up and be accountable. And then move in a pattern where you have higher vibrational beliefs, where all is one. There's no stress, there's no this or there's no that. Just simply be who you are. Relax. Have fun with life. We're meant to have fun from here on out. But you can't have fun from here on out if you're constantly in fight or flight, because groups of 10 or 20 or 30 are not getting you because they want you, and yet they're not doing the work, and all they want is your energy, and all they want is you. But they want you to fit in their programs, and they want you to fit in their stories, and they want you to go in a criminal way, and it's garbage. It's garbage. It's an illusion, divine masculine. It's illusion in these energies. It's all Epstein illusions, and they're all falling apart. Are you kidding me? It's absolutely criminal enslavement. Trafficking is enslavement. RICO crimes are enslavement. Doing magic and doing sex magic and bonding magic when you're having sex, it's bondage. It's root work. When you do these things with intention when you're having sex. This is how entities get attached, and this is how entities get transferred. And this is, if you're in group sex experiences, if you're in poly experiences, you're doing this to everybody you're having sex with. You're transferring entities, you're transferring demons, and everybody's sharing everybody's demons. It is a low vibrational existence. I barely escaped because of the groups and the numbers working against me every fucking day and every fucking hour. God removed all of you for a reason, because you're abusive. I am free, finally, after 50 years of being in vibrational jail and hell because of other people's non-accountability and negligence. And that's not okay. 50 years of karma is not fucking okay. You don't get to do 50 years of energy work to keep someone bound because you want to live off of their money. It's egregious. The monies will be returned 100%. Monies will be given for suffering. And every day that I have to wait and say, I want my money back. I want my birth records. I want my passports. I want what's fucking mine. And every day that has to go by, God's taking you off the programs. God will not allow your benefits and your promotions, and God will suffocate your abundance. It doesn't matter what you want. God knows exactly what each of you want. Doesn't matter if you're a world leader. Doesn't matter if you're a head of a company. Doesn't matter if you're a back corner RICO business. God knows exactly what you want, and God will stop it at every level. Because there is a shift, and you're going to go through it on your own, or you're going to go through it forcefully. Either way, you're going to have an ego death. Because divine masculines need to sit down, and we need to start off from scratch again and start living beyond trauma. Because divine feminine will not chase you. Divine feminine will not do all of the work. Divine feminine will not play both roles. Divine feminine will not play both roles. And this is why there's been the issue there has been on the planet with gender misrepresentation, with gender confusion, with all of these things that have been going on. And not only that, there's been programs and agendas to enforce confusion through various aspects of mind control, MK Ultra, and so on, further inciting danger, further inciting psychosis and psychological mental abuse. MK Ultra, I've been through it. And there was no post or after care or pre-care. There was no questionnaires. There was no signatures. I can go around in circles if we want, boys. And I can go on another 100 ways of things that were done in complete and utter negligence. I can take whatever aspect you want, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, sexually. I can go in whatever way you want because I've done the dodecahedron. I am it. That's why I'm ranked. And you know I am. And I only say those things when it is absolutely necessary for you to get the message. Stop coming at me. Stop doing the spell work. Stop thinking that I will come over and bow to you and run after you and chase after you. I won't. I never will. You will not treat me like you're RICO crime. You will not treat me like you're RICO handling patient. You will not treat me like you're anything. I'm never going to be handled by anybody. You will not handle me. I am a sovereign being. From here on out, it's sovereignty. Who are you with God? Who are you with your path? Who are you with you and you? And then you will be placed a soulmate before you that you can join each other and have your energies work together for the Divine Father's plan, for humanity, for Gaia, for the galaxy. Are we understanding why our soul blueprints matter? Why you doing the work matters? Because you're not going to be a part of the Divine Father's plan, and you will be taken off the promotion. You will be taken off your post. It's that simple. I asked the Father yesterday, what is happening with this, this, and this? And the Father said they have been removed from their post. And I said, why? And they said it's because of the constant abuses they have done to you in the energy realm. They cannot continue to abuse you. Decisions have been made. Lines are cut. It is that easy. And you have done this by your choice, by your obsessions. You have done this by your actions and behaviors. You have done this by allowing yourself to continue to live in trauma, not living in absolute self-love, self-appreciation, self-honor that Source has given you a beautiful soul's blueprint that you can share a life with somebody in balance, in honor, in sacredness, in preciousness. If you have something precious, you're not going to manipulate it. If you have something precious, you're not going to force it. If you have something precious, you're not going to want it to chase after you. No, you want it to be lifted and you want it just to sit there and be precious. And you adore it being precious because you know that it adores you. It's talking about healing, dear lighted ones. Please, please get healed. Take 5 years and get healed. Take 5 years to be alone and just get healed, people. Anybody that hops from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, they look for the next best person, the person that's got the most stability, the person that's got the most money. These are superficial ego things. You will always go in karmic cycles. If this is what you look for, my ex from Calgary and everybody was like this. They didn't heal themselves on any level. They just went to the next successful person, the next person that was the highest viable option, the next person that had their things together. No, all you're doing is just bringing your cursed ass over on their doorstep and you're karma dumping on them, saying, I'm cursed, but if I sit with you, I mean, you've got your shit together. You've done all your healing. You're going to protect me and I'm going to have an easy life with you and I'll harvest off your energy. We'll start the karma cycle over again. No, we're not. We will never have another karmic cycle. I'm removed from you. Everybody from Calgary, the harvesters and the vampires and the leeches and the parasites. You will not get close to me. You will not get near me. You're not touching me. You're not going to have any part of my money because you're meant to have your ego death. You're meant to heal and you're meant to get on with your life, not mine, your life. Not stealing from me, not harvesting from me, not killing me, not sacrificing me, not putting me on insurance forms, not putting me back in the same dumbass, traumatic, karmic cycles. Karma is over. The cycles are stopped, people. And this is why Source will remove you. So that you cannot get to me. You cannot reach me. The messages won't go through. You will never be promoted. And you will have a cursed life. When you want to do what you want to do and you're not manifesting it, because all of you thought you were pretty hot manifestors, but you're not manifesting anymore, are you? Because you were doing it illegally. It's my energy. It's my energy. You don't care. You have everything that you have off of my energy, and I'm sitting on the street. There will be nothing. None of you will take a step forward. None of you will, until I receive what I am due. And you will learn these lessons. Spirit will take you off every galactic and every planetary and every universal promotion that you ever think that you will achieve for your soul, for your lineage, and for your species. If you do not get these simple basics, you will not abuse divine feminine and the children in any way. Sacred life is sacred life. Get healed. Heal your insecurities. Heal your traumas. Heal, people. I've told you many times why I would not be into polyamorous, bi-tri experiences. As an energy healer, it's just not who I am. I choose to pour into one person and one person only. I've never been a multiple type of person. I don't go out with people that are already in relationships. I don't. I never will. Because I respect, and I don't want to put anybody in jeopardy, because I've been on the other end of it many, many times, and it sucks. You destroy families, you destroy lives, you destroy homes. And again, you're going to be taken off of all of your posts if you can't understand what you do affects other people. This is unity consciousness. All that you do affects others. And if you don't care, you're going to be placed back until you do care. And until you have nothing, because everything is going to be stopped and pressed on until you get it. You must get these laws. There is no other way. You will be stopped. You will be stopped. You will be stopped and sat on your ass for as long as it takes. You cannot and you will not go forward. You cannot abuse energy. You cannot abuse military programs. You cannot abuse your power. You cannot abuse the morals and ethics of every innocent person on this earth. You cannot abuse divine feminine's sexual energy. You cannot abuse the sacred child's sacred energy. My ex and everybody he was dealing with are absolute abusers. And this is what they do. And they were trained and they were told and they were practiced at it. I'd like to know, and it must be researched and investigated, who told them and how and who is paying them. Because these are beyond immoral abuses. This is enslavement. It is human rights abuse. And it is abuse of 17 federal laws. And I will charge you. And if you try and do more magic and try and take me out, you're just going to be cursed. You must get it. It's like a seesaw, right? It's like a seesaw. You get on the seesaw and you go up or down. If there's nobody on the other end of that seesaw, you're going to stay down until you get it. Maybe I should be nice and have someone come and play with me, then be really mean and want to break souls and have nobody want to come and play with me, and then I'm left on the seesaw always sitting down. Because you're not going to have that equal weight, are you? You're not going to have that equal weight where you play with each other. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, and we all play along, we all play along. I give, you take, I give, you take, I take, you give, I take, you give. It's equal, it's balanced. This planet has not been balanced in a very long time. And the core reason is wounding. Divine feminine, divine masculine imbalances. And it's absolutely necessary to be healed, 100%. Take a deep breath. Kind of open up the pillar of light. I'm calling in the divine holy light. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We're going to take the last 25 minutes to have open conversation. We've talked about the programs and all of that's been moving with our collective. We understand it's a very important time for humanity. We're going to be placed in situations and roles in which we get to test, we get to expand, we get to stretch. You know, the soup and the sandwich, that consciousness thing we all talk about all the time. I don't want to keep talking about things from the past, because we got to get on with getting consciousness. We got to get on with learning and moving up higher, higher, higher. We cannot keep spending every day talking about people that abuse people that abuse the laws, people that abuse energy. We have to move beyond this, people. We are wasting so much of our time. We're wasting our time. We should be dancing and sitting in fields and just enjoying life, instead of this obsession thing about people raping people and taking from people because they don't want to do the work. You will be accountable, and God will force you. You're going to get plucked from all your roles. You're going to get plucked from everything you want until you get it. No more abusing laws. No more abusing humans. No more abusing morals and ethics. Church and state needs to be rewritten in every way. All of it. YouTube is going to look at its corruptions, and YouTube will be accountable for the corruptions that YouTube has done. Thank you. Let's bathe with divine violet flame. We're going to bathe and have release through our higher selves and through our teams, Mother, Father, God in the heavens and the systems of light. Please bathe upon me, Holy Mother and Father. Please bathe me with the divine violet flame through Saint Germain and Lady Amethyst. Removing all cycles of trauma, all cycles of wounding, so that we step upon a new clean slate every day. And this will be a mantra every day. Today I step on a new slate. If today is my new slate, and today are my new fields, and today is my new garden, what shall I do, and who shall I be? As within, so without, as above, so below. I choose to align with the heavens, as above. I choose to ground into Gaia, as below, and my ancestors. And I choose to be the fullness of me, in the highest of me, in the minutiae of me, in the dodecahedron of me, as within, so without. When you manifest as a soul from within, you manifest a soul-fulfilled life, where you're moving forward in the expansiveness of consciousness. The expansiveness of knowing. In any one moment, I can pull upon my dodecahedron. That's the soul as within. I am the I am presence of the I am God. That means I'm holographic of the God in all dimensions, all realms, always. Every aspect of God I can say and I can practice and I can move about the expansiveness and the stretching and the inhale and the exhale, however you want to put it in a metaphor or a euphemism. It doesn't matter how you want to place it or put it. In the soup and the sandwich and the salad and the juice of God. It is sensible, it is healable, it is feelable, it is awareable, it is everything that is God. I can sense it, I can taste it, I can smell it, I can feel it. That's being godly. The corkness of God. I can feel God. That's godliness. And people have been missing that because it's been a game of disconnection. That was their intention, to disconnect you. And when you run in disconnection, what does that do? It makes you play games of interference because you want what you want and you want to win. You want what you want because you want it your way. You want what you want because of this, this, and this. Just sit back and relax. That's not how this game goes. You got a lot of fears there going on, so work with your fears one by one. If you abuse energy, you're going to be suppressed and suppressed and suppressed by your guides that will sit you down however you need to be sat down. You cannot go any further in this game without honoring the universal laws, without honoring your human rights, without honoring the highest spiritual laws. And you were told every day, anybody that you abuse, anyone that you have taken from, anyone that you have stolen from, you must make it right because you chose that choice. You chose that belief. You chose that perspective of yourself within that action. How are you going to make that right in your alchemy? You're going to acknowledge that you did it. You're going to accept that you did it. You're going to put it in your story. And you're going to say, how can I allow for something new? How can I allow a new version of me to step forward on this clean slate? Because if I step forward on the slate that was yesterday, I'm just going to create the same thing that was yesterday. I want to start with new heart space pulsations, new emanations from my heart, new mantras, new experiences, new potentials, new connection with God, new threading with God, new enmeshment with God, new embodiment with God, because I am that I am, and I am that I am, and I am that I am, and I am that I am. I can look at it from any way, and I can say, that's me, I get it. I did my inner work. I'm meant to be here. I deserve to be here. I deserve the blessings of God, and ain't nobody going to touch it and take it away from me. I earned it. And how can anybody in their right mind? This is why these people need to be assessed. Calgary police, do your fucking job. These people need to be assessed. Anybody that says, after everything that I've been through, and as number of times as these people have put false claims, and the number of crimes these people have done, for any of them to say, you don't deserve it, we're going to come and get you no matter what, we're going to come and make sure we're going to pocket watch you, and for anybody to say those things, you must get yourself checked, people. You're living in psychosis, there's mental imbalances, and it's just not okay. We have to move beyond the trauma, and every day is a clean slate. Look and feel and live through love as sacred and precious, because it is. Love is precious. If God places you a soulmate before you, treat it as precious. There's a handful of people that you are going to be loved by and cared for. A handful of people, each of you. Everybody on this planet has a handful of people that will truly love you inside and out, upside down and inside out. So absolutely respect and honor and appreciate these people. You don't need a whole football field of people to do this to you. You don't need to always be told you're great. You don't need to always be told you win. You don't need to be always told you this and that. No, because then you're just looking for the performance factor, trying to feed your ego, because you're not giving yourself the love and the connection of God that you need. You're the connection with God. You're your source for source. Let's go through this one more time and say affirmations. Now, as you're being bathed with light, place your hand on your divine sacred heart. I am the source of all new beginnings and all new higher vibrational timelines. I am the source of that. I am the source of creativity. I am the source of divine alignment. I am the source of alignment to my own soul's blueprint, nothing to do with anybody else, just me. My gifts, my skills, my talents, just me and God. I am connected with, in my blueprint, the heavens, Gaia, and my collective. In that, and knowing how to work with my Metatronic systems, that's all that I need to be sovereign, fulfilled, and nourished. Everything is within. I choose to see with new beliefs. I choose to have new perspectives because I'm in a clean slate. I've released trauma. Anytime I have a trigger, I deal with it and I face it and I love it and I integrate it. I alchemize it. I accept these things as me. I radically accept me. I radically accept all that I am so that I can be a new version of I am that I am. I'm a dodecahedron, remember? I have infinite aspects of self. I want to move into a new version of myself. And that comes through ascension and expansion, consciousness. My consciousness is earned. You cannot earn your consciousness if you're not letting go of the past density, the past beliefs, past perspectives. If you're not releasing these, then you can't step into something new. Just as God is, just as your teams are, just as the Galactic Federation is, if you're not moving forward in the advancements of right use of free will and non-interference, you'll be taken off your post. It doesn't matter what you want for success. It doesn't matter. It's like it never existed. Because isn't that how you all treated me for the last 50 years? It didn't matter what I had dreams of. It didn't matter what my destiny was. It doesn't matter what I tried for. It doesn't matter how hard I worked. It didn't matter how hard I worked 24/7. I worked so hard. And it was sabotaged and destroyed within 6 years. The cult in Calgary destroyed my life within 6 years of doing magic and voodoo every day. Within 6 years, everything was taken from me. They stripped my sense of self. They stripped my sense of safety. They stripped my sense of creativity, suppressing and enslavement, and trafficking me however many times my ex did on the black web. Because he had money to pay and bookies to pay, and he can get a lot of money for sacrificing me. And so I say again, and how is that something you can go to your children and say, well, now the children have to live with that story in their collective. These things are all unnecessary. There is no dark occult that will get you through the gates of ascension. Your guides will not say, go do harmful things to people, go interfere with their lives. Your guides would never say that. Your higher self would never tell you to do black magic on someone, ever. Your higher self would say, let's work with your light. Let's work with your light. Let's go back to you. Let's go within you. What are your chakras doing? What are your chakras saying? What is your intuitions? How are you working with God? How are you connected with God? How are you connected with nature? It's all within you, dear lighted ones. You don't need anything or anyone outside of you. Start from a clean slate. Today I have my clean slate. Today I will behave and act and live as a fully nourished, ascending human. I am aligned with my heart, my mind, my body, and soul. God is meeting me equal measure. God is preparing infinite joys we can't even imagine. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Lots of clearing there. Lots of clearing of the lower chakras with these mantras. Releasing all the traumas from the lower vibrational chakras. I say lower vibrational chakras mean you're holding densities in there that are allowing you to remain lower dimensional. Your chakras aren't lower dimensional. Your chakras are multidimensional, infinite aspects of spheres. Can nourish you and love you, can create, give you inspirations and ignitions of who you are as a divine soul. But you're not going to know that if you're not working with them. If you wanted to book a session to know how to do that and to learn how to do that, just book a session. Healing, activation, or otherwise. And so, dear lighted ones, you are a dodecahedron. See this as a visual in your third eye. Have it at your heart space. At your heart space, you have a Metatronic dodecahedron, fully transparent, which is what you want to be in life. If you are not fully transparent and you lie to those before you, that dodecahedron gets shaded. This is true. This is real. In the spiritual realm, this is what we see. This is what we see. We tell you what we see. In the spiritual realm, there is sacred geometry. There is sacred light. Everything is sacred. You are Metatronic sacred geometry. You're a dodecahedron right at the center of you. Every time you lie, every time you manipulate, every time you do not speak your spiritual truth, your dodecahedron, that one facet, gets shadier and shadier until it goes black. It does not spin in a toroidal. It does not spin in a toroidal in the Merkaba. It does not activate through the multi-dimensions. It does not activate through the planets. It does not activate through Mother, Father, God. It just doesn't. And you'll be taken off your post. Bye. We want somebody in here that has unity consciousness. That all is one. One is all. Giddy up, let's go. You will only get through the gates if you respect all life, period. I respect all life. Every moment, are you respecting life? Every moment, are you respecting you? Every moment, are you giving your spirit, mind, heart, body, and soul its chance that it needs? I'm going to give my life. I'm going to give my body. I'm going to give everything that I am to light right now. I want to heal who I am. I want to be that dodecahedron. I want to bring light and crystalline energy to all that I am. These are powerful things of intention, dear lighted ones, and it comes back to you reverberated through all that is. You cannot get away with being corrupt anymore. And I will be the one that comes forward every day to remind you. And every day it's going to get more and more real for those that keep abusing. Every traffic ring is going to be down by the 30th. Why? Because every day you're going to be pressed on more and more and more. You will not get your promotions. You will not get your abundance. You will not get your way. Abusers, you will not get your way. RICO rings will be done by June 30th. Why? Because you don't get to be abusive. Snuff videos in the black web, you're not going to get your way. You're going to be down by June 30th. You'll be pressed on and you'll be pressed on until there's nothing left to press on. Done is done. We are an ascending planet. Your energies don't match. Bye. You've been removed. It is that easy. And if you don't like it, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. We're going to ascend. We're going to transition with or without you. Sit and heal. And God will take you off, and you will be on an earth where you can play victim, and you can play, it's not my fault, and you can play, I just want to be looked after, and you can play, I just want money, and you can play, I'm disconnected from everything. Whatever it is that you're sitting in, that you're refusing to look at, you can sit in it. Just tell God, I want to go to Epstein Earth, because you're not coming on this ride. Harsh to say, but that's what it is. If you will not face what you need to face, you cannot go through those gates. And you will be sent back. God wants everybody to go. That's why God's given everybody over 3 years to make right. To make right on 5 simple things that could have just been done. 5 things that could have been done, but everybody played God because everybody was in ego. Everybody spat on God because everybody was in ego. Everybody has been playing the elite masters. Everyone's been playing the elite corrupt Illuminati, Eastern Star, Western Star, gatekeepers of Devilland, gatekeepers of Deathland, gatekeepers of everybody satanic and masochistic and sadistic, and nobody wants women to be anything, and because we're all wounded in our divine masculine, there's so much crap. Okay, so go on Epstein Earth. You'll be quite happy there. And you'll move very fast through entropy. And when you're transitioned to spirit, it will be a very low vibrational spirit. It will be as if you're in a mud realm. That's what hell looks like. That's what God showed me hell actually looks like. It looks like a big land of mud. You don't move because there's no light. You don't have a body to move in. It's just dark, and you're stuck there. That's what you chose. You chose to be stuck. You chose not to get out of where you're in. You chose to not treat people with sacredness. You chose to not look at life as a clean slate every moment, every day. Every moment is a clean slate. Every moment. If I had to live the best life if I could right now, what would I do and how would I be? That state of being, I would be absolutely appreciative of all life. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for allowing me another day to come forward and be 100% with you, 100%. I want to walk with you. I want to talk with you. I want to know you. I want to be that dodecahedron. I want to be fully transparent. If I'm not transparent, there's a problem there. No, I'm going to say what I say. I'm going to say what I mean. I'm going to mean what I say. And I'm going to say what I see. I'm not going to lie for you. I don't care how you've been treated before. I'm not going to chase you. I don't care how you've been treated before. I'm not going to lie to be around you. I'm not going to reduce myself to be around you. Because to me, that's not a good thing. You can make it out like it's a good thing, but it's not. You're a criminal. You're corrupt. It's kind of beneath me. And you will be moved. These are the new laws, dear lighted ones, leader or business owner, or healer or churchgoer. You can no longer live corrupt lives. You are being asked every cycle to be aligned morally and ethically. Who are you with Source Creator? Who are you within yourself? What are your boundaries about how you're going to be treated? Because if you treat yourself with love, you would never hurt another being. Have honor and sacredness for your body. Because when you do, you'll never invite somebody in that has demons attached to their sexual centers. If somebody has an attachment attached to their sexual centers, they transfer it to you. You then have that attachment. And you will always feel as if you're running in circles. You will always feel as if you're getting nothing done. You will always feel the energy attachment of envy or jealousy, whatever they attach to you. Because if they're working from envy or jealousy or insecurity, that's what they attach to you. Because that was the intention of you two coming together and having sex, but it's not thought about and it's not honored. Again, we're going into 5D and we're looking at sacred relationships sacredly. If you have a sacred soulmate before you, they have been prepared. You don't treat them like you have treated people from your past because you've grown, they've grown, and you don't want to mess up these opportunities. You want to take your post with pride. Say, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for allowing me to heal who I am so I can have the best love of my life. And I can be loved and I can love them. I want to go to depths of being loved and loving someone. I want to learn how to heal someone with my love. and receiving love in the same. From here on out, dear lighted ones, life is sacred. Your body is sacred. The land is sacred. The cities are sacred. Leaders of today, if you cannot arise to a higher vibrational post of ethics and morals, that all life is sacred, you're all being tested. How far will you ascend into the galactic federations and all of the universe for your future posts? It begins right now. Life is sacred. Treat it as such. Slow down, there's no race. Slow down, there's no competition. Treat Divine Feminine as the sacred goddess that she is. Do not ask her to run your race. Do not ask her to be a part of the chasing game. And do not manipulate her with, there's lots of other people in the wait, because I always got lots of people on me. I always got lots of options. So go. Don't play these games with a sacred Divine Feminine, because your ego is going to be shown the door. If God has done the ordainment on the other side, you will have the same level of respect on this side. God does not place a divine sacred soulmate before you for you to play such games of ego. Calgary cult, you have done damage upon many lives. You have a lot of things that you can take advantage of right now to make right within your communities, to say, this has been my life. I'm going to downsize. I'm going to get myself back together. I'm going to start going back and I'm going to heal. I'm going to do my work with Source Creator. I'm going to get back together and I'm going to do something for the city. What can you do, Calgary cult? And everybody involved, the police and the city and the lawyers and everybody that was involved in corruption. The only thing you should be thinking right now is getting healed and doing right for your city that you have let down, because you've been so egregious. How can you make your life, that's the alchemy part of it, acknowledge it, accept it, and allow for something new? How can you make your lives better? How can you make the community lives better? Not by being fake and not by pulling people in and luring them and doing more black magic and enslaving them and bringing them in brain fog once again to manipulate them some more and put on some more insurance claims and take their money and take their lives and take their homes and take. Selfish fucking people, sit down. There will be no more corruption. Get healed. Sacred life doesn't deserve this treatment. And I'm speaking up for all sacred life. Animals, oceans, forests, nature, the children, and Divine Feminine. Life is sacred, and we will arise. No more games, and no more corruption. Chemtrails are going to be brought down. RICO brought down. Black Web brought down. Nuclear wars brought down. All wars brought down. We are peace. Because we want our future posts. We want our posts right now. We deserve it. Thank you, dear lighted ones. Anybody that would like a session, a healing, or an activation, please get in touch with me. PayPal.me/Joanna L. Ross. There is only 2 ways to contact me. Send the information hard copy to my bank. Attention, Joanna L. Ross. Joanna Cosmic Angel at yahoo.com. And it will get to me. I've got extra people. I've got extra beings. I've got extra angels, making sure that I get what I'm meant to be due. If it is done in nefarious ways, it will never reach it to me. It will be destroyed. My angels and God vet everything before it comes to me. If you want to book a session with me or an interview or a discussion with me, you have to go through PayPal and you have to pay the money, because my time and my energy is important. Like it or not, that's the way it is. Everybody from the past, you're not going to approach me. I will call the police. I'm not interested. I will never be interested in anybody from Calgary. Ever. Never, ever in a billion effing evers. You've never been my family. You've never been my friends. You've been nothing but corrupt. You've been nothing but horrible. So you must go and heal. I'm moving on with my post. I'm moving on with my boss up ways. I'm going to help Divine Feminine. I'm going to help the children, and I'm going to help Gaia. And I'm moving forward with my galactic, with my universal, with my godly, with my heavenly posts, because I am that I am, and I ain't sitting down. Are we clear? And that is Celeste. I'm out. Thank you, Commander Ashtar. Thank you, Galactic Federations. Thank you, Systems of Light. Thank you, Holy Mother and Father. Thank you, everybody in the collective. I love you. I love you so. Do your path work. It's so fun. It's so fun to open up your senses. It's so fun to open up your gifts. If you need any help, please get in touch with me. PayPal.me/Joanna L. Ross. I love you, dear lighted ones. I hope you have a wonderful spring day. I wanted to show you this before I go. See all the red marks on my nose? A little blue bell. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that sacred? Every little blue part just designed so perfectly. That's how sacred life is. Treat it that way, dear lighted ones. God wants to be soft and gentle with you. Let God be soft and gentle. I love you, I love you, I love you.